gender-neutral bathrooms on campus. Who NewsLink Indiana talked to and what plans are being made.
Kids across the country are getting closer to getting their COVID-19 jab. Is Indiana prepared for when kids get in line?
Net zero energy houses are popping up on Indy's east side. What part Ball State students are playing in the innovation?
For the first time, executives of major oil companies and industry groups are testifying in front of Congress about disinformation on the climate crisis, what came out of today's hearing, and how the public is involved in the trial.
Tracking rain moving into our forecast and what's to come for this Halloween weekend. More on that in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, thanks for being with us. I'm Avery Johnson.
And I'm Angelica Gonzalez. Tonight, we're looking into a petition for more gender-neutral bathrooms here on campus.
We're joined now by NewsLink Indiana's Anna Chalker. Anna, you spoke with the student who started the petition.
Yeah, good evening, guys. He told me even though the petition was only created a week ago, it started to go out to students through Ball State professors. And the start of this petition was not just for himself, but for a larger population of students on campus.
I personally had an issue finding gender-inclusive bathrooms on campus.
This is what sparked Hayden Bland to start a petition to add more gender-inclusive restrooms on campus. And he wasn't the only one who didn't know how many were on campus and where they were placed.
And I asked one of my professors at the beginning of the year if there was a gender-inclusive bathroom I could use. And a lot of the professors didn't even know if the buildings had one.
After discovering only a handful of gender-inclusive restrooms were on campus, he decided to work with different organizations to bring awareness and get the word out.
Mostly just like word of mouth and students passing it along.
But the additions to the building started when a new requirement came to Ball State when construction for new areas began.
Since 2018, it has been required that all new buildings have gender-inclusive bathrooms before the plans get approved.
The older buildings that do not have the gender-inclusive restrooms have to go through a retrograde process, meaning the start of them could take some time. After hearing about the petition, Millian said that if that is how students want to get their message across, that it is good, but they also have the chance to talk to the Inclusive Excellence staff.
They don't feel like they have to have all these voices behind them to get the point across. We're happy to talk to you even if it's one person with a concern.
But they are still working to let students know that their voices are being heard.
We work towards things. We don't always know what's going on with students or what students want.
And with the petition starting just over a week ago, Bland in the Office of Inclusive Excellence knows that this process takes time.
I know that it's probably going to be a long process because it does affect a large population of students on campus, and this is a struggle that they face every day.
Now, the Office of Inclusive Excellence is starting to update the map of where gender-neutral restrooms are in the buildings where they are being built. And they also are sending out a climate culture survey to all students in 2022 about different issues, including the placement of these restrooms. And Millian, after he talked to me, he was telling me that if any students have any questions about anything with Inclusive Excellence or want to bring up a concern through campus, they can talk to him himself or anyone else in the organization.
All right, Anna, thank you so much.
Happening now, students in College of Architecture and Planning are building affordable net zero energy houses on Indy's near east side. It's all part of a worldwide competition to build high-performance, affordable housing for families in need.
Now we want to move over to NewsLink Indiana's Alex Almanza, who is live in the newsroom tonight. Alex, what is the time?
Avery, Angelica, right now students are in phase 1 of 2 of the process, which spans 5 semesters. They expect to begin building this duplex in fall of 2022 and then complete the construction by spring of 2023. Like you said, it's part of a worldwide competition called the Solar Decathlon Design Build Challenge, and it's being conducted by the U.S. Department of Energy. And what these students are doing right now is they've actually teamed up with a community partner, Inglewood Community Development of Indianapolis, to ensure that 2 eligible families can sign up for this program.
We're working with landscape architects, we are working with ourselves, the architects, we're working with mechanical engineers. So it's been a very interesting experience of where we are learning from a bunch of different fields and coming together to make this project.
The goal that we have is that after it's built, it of course, will be monitored by us, and we'll continue to research it and to learn what things that we've done are most effective and what strategies can be repeatable and used again.
Right now, approximately 100 undergraduate and graduate students will be involved directly through enrollment in 8 courses over 5 semesters at the Cap India location. There are a lot of moving parts, but we're excited to see how this project shapes up. And of course, NewsLink Indiana will keep you updated as this develops. But for now, live in the newsroom, Alex Almanza, NewsLink Indiana.
Thank you, Alex. Halloween is back, and so is another unique Ball State tradition. The Halloween Celestials Origin Show is back on in person at the Charles W. Brown Planetarium for the first time since the start of the pandemic. It is the largest in Indiana and seats more than 150 people per show. But those shows were put on pause due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The planetarium show specialist Melanie Eisenberger says the events were virtual for students' safety and spoke on the importance of educating students on how the season is also related to stars.
Talks a little bit about the origins of Halloween and the cultural impact it's had over the years, and a lot about where we get some of our Halloween traditions and where those come from.
/web/planetarium.
Now, speaking of Halloween coming up, I'm excited to see what the weather is going to look like this weekend for trick-or-treaters. Natalie, what do you have for us?
The weather is looking cool for us this weekend. We've actually been tracking rain moving through our forecast. We can see on the radar that this rain has been circulating throughout most of our viewing area as well due to this low pressure system. We actually put out a Twitter poll earlier this week asking our viewers would they rather prefer snowy conditions or rainy conditions for their Halloween activities. There was an astounding answer of everyone preferring snowy trick-or-treating conditions. I'm not ready for the cold, but it looks like cooler temperatures are on the way for our Halloween. Later in my forecast, I'm going to be timing out for a foggy morning ahead as well as rain chances to come the next few days and Halloween weather for us, and more about that in my full forecast.
Health officials are closer to making their decision about Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for kids 5 to 11. Pfizer's vaccine just got the thumbs up on emergency use authorization from the FDA's vaccine advisors. If they give it the go-ahead, the CDC is expected to make its official recommendation, possibly with modifications.
Safety monitoring of this vaccine will continue. It has actually been quite intense.
Officials say the state should be able to immediately give a COVID-19 vaccination shot to a third of the children ages 5 to 11. This as preparations are made to expand Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for the age group. Indiana's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Lindsay Weaver, says the state expects to receive 200,000 additional COVID-19 vaccines intended for the state's roughly 600,000 kids in that age group. Smaller shipments of the vaccine are expecting in the following weeks.
The latest on the Build Back Better plan was dropped from the blueprint and what it might mean for you.
And a food shortage is on its way, why your family's fridge may not get stocked.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
President Joe Biden pitching a new version of his economic.
This in hopes he'll strike the right balance to convince his party to vote to approve it. The $1.75 trillion proposal focuses on child care, climate change, and health care.
It's a framework that will create millions of jobs, grow the economy, invest in our nation and our people.
The president hopes this version will get holdouts in his party on board to vote. But on the moderate side, there's no clear deal. This new plan is the half of the cost of Biden's original Build Back Better plan. But that includes dropping some original key priorities for some.
No one got everything they wanted, including me. But that's what compromise is.
The president's entire legislative agenda is now at an inflection point.
Some progressives are still frustrated with the Senate's moderates.
Our trust has to be in two senators that have not, in my opinion, been good faith actors up until this point.
But there is a growing consensus over the new plan, along with support for the infrastructure bill.
Our members are enthusiastic about voting for both bills when that text is ready.
The text out there, we're on a path to get this all done.
From Biden's economic and climate package, paid and family medical leave. The original plan called for 12 weeks of leaves, but got cut into 4 in an effort to get the support of Senator Joe Manchin. The 4-week plan was also rejected, and a further attempt to compromise with Manchin failed as well. The goal is to get 2 wings of the party on the same page. Progressives have said they won't vote on the infrastructure bill without a commitment from moderates on the economic and climate package.
The supply chain problem threatening to leave many Americans without enough to eat. Grocery stores with empty shelves and increasing prices are causing alarm. Experts says there's plenty of food, but with cargo ships backed up, manufacturers are missing materials and shortage of labor, and truckers is making it harder and more expensive to package food products and deliver them. Food banks are also feeling the effects with donations down across the country. 4 heads of oil companies and 2 major lobbying groups sworn in for testimony in front of the House Oversight and Reform Committee today.
The hearing comes after the reports on the industry engaged in campaigns aimed at creating confusion about the cause of crisis, some grilling them about disinformation on the climate crisis.
Do you agree that it's an existential threat? Yes or no?
I agree.
One undercover video released this summer appeared to show an ExxonMobil lobbyist admitting the company fought climate policy and the science behind it.
The purpose of this hearing is clear: to deliver partisan theater for primetime news.
At the time, Exxon responded by saying the comments in no ways represented the company's position on climate policy.
But the chairwoman also pressing the CEO on inconsistencies between its own science and its public statements.
No, I do not agree that there was an inconsistency.
The executives addressing the criticism.
Any suggestion that Chevron is engaged in an effort to spread disinformation and mislead the public on these complex issues is simply wrong.
While also promising change.
By 2030, we expect to reduce our global oil and gas production by 40%.
Following today's hearing, House Oversight Chair Caroline Maloney announced she plans to subpoena oil companies and trade groups, asking for key documents related to their conduct around the climate crisis.
Facebook undergoing major changes. The CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, announcing the company is changing its name to Meta. Despite the switch, many things about the social media giant will apparently stay the same.
Our mission remains the same. It's still about bringing people together. Our apps and their brands, they're not changing either.
Now let's take another look to weather. Natalie, what do you have for us?
Now we're currently seeing temperatures sitting in the 50s right now, but those temperatures are expected to drop later tonight and later on. I'll talk about more about that in my full forecast.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other.
On a deeper level. Father.
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward. Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. It is currently 9:17 and we have a beautiful look over campus. Now let's take it to Natalie for the weather.
Yeah, I've been tracking rain moving throughout our forecast today, and this is due to a low pressure system actually off to our west in Missouri that has bringing this circulation of rain moving throughout our viewing area. Zooming in on our region right now, we can see that this rain has actually moved throughout our area today and it's turning a little more scattered showers for this time. And we expect those scattered showers to continue tonight into tomorrow as well. Tonight temperatures, however, are going to drop only to 52 degrees for our low, those scattered showers sticking around, and an east wind at 10 miles per hour. Those possible gusting conditions at 20 miles per hour. So if you are going out tonight, you are going to see those rainy conditions. May not be the best idea to bring an umbrella because that may blow away on you when we do get to these gustier conditions throughout the night tonight. Along with this rain, however, we also are tracking a development of fog for our morning commute. We can see at 9 a.m. tomorrow is when our fog is the most dense over the viewing area. We're actually down to under a mile of visibility throughout most of the viewing area at 0.6 miles visibility in Muncie, on that half a mile visibility in Portland, 0.4 of a visibility in Winchester. So overall, the region is experiencing poor visibility for the morning commute. So as you're all going out in the morning, be aware of that. However, that fog is expected to clear out getting into the afternoon tomorrow. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, we're going to reach 53 degrees with that rain sticking around and that fog in our forecast as well. By the time we reach noon tomorrow, 56 degrees in the east wind at 10 miles per hour, staying pretty constant throughout our day at 10 miles per hour. By 5 p.m., reaching our high of 58 degrees with those scattered showers expected to continue for us for tomorrow. Timing this out for you on Precision Cast. Around 8 a.m. tomorrow, we can see the scatters are pretty scattered showers for our morning, however, go throughout the day. We do have these heavier pockets of rain move throughout our viewing area, and by 6 p.m. on Friday, we do have more scattered showers moving through our viewing area. However, going into Friday night, into Saturday morning, most of those showers begin to move out of our viewing area, making for a beautiful weekend. Halloween is on the way, and it looks like a little spooky, chilly forecast for us. Around the time you're going out for the kiddos, around 5 to 8 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to hit the mid-50s with partly cloudy skies. Luckily, that rain has moved out of our forecast, but it is going to be chilly, especially as the sun does begin to set around 7 p.m. tomorrow. So make sure they have those coats. Looking at this on the 7-day forecast, we do see that we have these rain chances. However, they move out of the way for our weekend. However, rain chances move back in for Tuesday, and cooler temperatures are on the way, guys.
sounds great. I can't wait to be able to bring my coat out, and especially for this weekend, it seems like it's going to be very nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for the cooler weather. It's been super hot these past few weeks, so I'm glad it cooled down. Thank you, Natalie.
Now let's take it to Hannah with sports.
It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Time to take a look at this week's sectional matchups, find out which local teams will be moving on to the next round coming up in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Hannah McElroy with sports. Ball State basketball ready to get this exciting season going with some new faces on the roster. NewsLink Indiana's Zach Greer met with the Cardinals to see how they're preparing for the upcoming season.
Another year, another season for the Ball State men's basketball team. And entering his 9th season, head coach James Whitford is looking forward to what the season has to offer.
It's an exciting time for me because we got a lot of new guys, but we get a lot of really what I would call high character guys, really competitive guys.
Along with the coaching staff, many different players are ecstatic to play under the lights of Worthen Arena.
I'm just excited for the year, excited to have fans back, excited for the new guys that are on the team, excited to play against the teams in our conference and to be playing for the new coaches that are in our system.
I just want to contribute to the team as much as I can, play to my strengths and contribute.
This season, Coach Whitford is planning on adding way more firepower than ever before. His goal, a shot at a MAC championship.
You know, it's going to be an interesting season because our young kids are going to play. So becoming more advanced with our group during the year, I think, is a big part of what will allow us to grow from November to February.
We've just been focusing in on the details, like making sure we're in the stance, making sure we're communicating as good as we can, and just trying to be as positive as we can overall as a group.
Many players, along with Coach Whitford, have their eyes set on the end goal.
Obviously, we want to win the MAC. I think that's a goal that we can see and it's close. I think we're reaching for it, and I think we can grab it if we play to our strengths and do what we do.
And I think we got a chance to be good, and it's a really fun group to work with.
With the season vastly approaching, only time will tell to determine how the Cardinals plan to take home the MAC title. In Muncie, Zach Greer, NewsLink, Indiana.
It's Thursday night, so you know what that means. Friday Night Lights. High school football preparing to take on the next round of sectionals. Muncie Central and Yorktown falling last week to put their seasons to a halt. Yorktown falling to North Montgomery 6-0, and Muncie Central ending their season with a 39-point loss to Cornersville. Yorktown finishing with the 5-5 record and Muncie Central 1-9. And in the last two standing, the Eagles of Delta and the Golden Bears of Monroe Central. Marching forward into the semifinals, the 5-5 Eagles winning big over Fort Wayne Southside 56-18. Delta hoping to stay hot and make a deeper sectional run, kicking off their game tomorrow night at 7 against Fort Wayne. The Golden Bears also coming off a dominant win last week, taking down local rival, the Westdale Warriors 52-7. Tomorrow night, Monroe Central looking to keep their undefeated season alive against the 8-2 South Adams Starfires at 7 p.m. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for this IHSA football tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm excited too. Hopefully the weather cooperates. Thank you, Hannah. Now to Natalie for a final look at weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Time for us to take a look at what's trending.
Joining us now is NewsLink Indiana, Serena Thompson. Serena, what do you have for us?
Thank you so much, Avery and Angelica. The CEO and founder of Spanx is celebrating a $1 billion deal with big surprises for her employees. Sarah Blakely is giving every one of her employees $10,000 and 2 first-class plane tickets to anywhere in the world. The Atlanta-based shapewear company is celebrating a $1.2 billion deal with Blackstone. The private equity firm says it's buying a majority stake in the brand. Olympians are going to be rocking a classic look at next year's Winter Games. Ralph Lauren revealing the gear Team USA athletes will don during the closing ceremonies in Beijing. It includes a buffalo plaid hooded puffer jacket for all Olympians. Sustainability is a big part of these official outfits. The jackets are stuffed with recycled materials. The gloves and boots use recycled polyester, and the sweaters and hats are woven from U.S.-grown wool. The Winter Olympic Games are slated to begin February 4th and run through the 20th. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. How about you?
Yeah, I'm excited. And for that first story, I can't believe that she was still willing to give away money like that. It's crazy. Thank you so much, Serena. Now for a final look at weather.
Yeah, we're going to see that rain move through for tomorrow. However, that kicks out of our forecast come Saturday into Sunday, making for mostly cloudy conditions for our Sunday for our Halloween with a high of 59 degrees. Rain moves back into our forecast come Tuesday with falling temperatures. Bring back out those sweaters and coats, guys.
That's all for tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow morning for our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather, at 8, streaming live on their Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.